Wow, this is a good cigar.
I know these are so good.
Oh my gosh.
I love these ones.
I got another box coming. I've almost completed my system.
I had the greatest time doing an event in front of the fireplace. It was incredible. This one, a little half-hour thing. I was going to drive all the way up to San Francisco to do it at Twitter. Oh my gosh, it's a lot of driving.
Yeah.
For a half-hour live stream. Plus, I'd lose 2 hours driving up there, and I'm doing the event here 2 weeks, which we can talk about later. And it was just so rad. This is such a special, peaceful place. Yeah, it is.
You have to make it.
Yeah, you do. Peace doesn't come free. You got to earn it too. It's a choice, you know.
Battle.
Yeah, it is.
Battle in itself.
Sometimes you get. That's true. It's very, very, very true.
Michelle Mosley is looking for a couple names of like maybe a retired person who wants to do handyman jobs. Would you recommend Bill Boyd?
Bill Boyd or Jerry Green.
Oh, I'll give both of those names.
Yeah. Jerry might be better.
Jerry?
Jerry, yeah.
Jerry Green.
Yeah. Get the feeling that Jerry's going to be a winner.
That's what he does. I ran into him. I like Jerry. Always have.
I know he's fun. That's the thing.
He is a fun guy.
He's a fun person.
He's a survivor. Even he lost his leg. It's crazy.
You wouldn't even know.
You still can't tell.
Well, it's not just that. It mentally, he didn't lose his leg.
Not at all. Not a bit.
Just, yeah,
He's a great attitude.
he does. Yeah, you know, it is what it is. Well, but that, I mean, that's a good attitude. The best attitude, though, believe on the right person, salvation. I'm sure you find in that regard. It doesn't take a lot. But either or, you guys have a good attitude. And because of it, he's a good example. Right. Have a cow to be able to get out of bed.
Especially being in his role.
Yeah, right. He's on his feet. He's a hunter. So
That's right.
the man's man out there in the world.
Adam sure has thrived the last few years. It's been awesome to watch. The kids are awesome. I really like his wife. That's awesome. Yeah, he's the number one. Number one is they had like some people who came to one. He's number one for bringing new money, which is all that matters.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter much money. And then once people are in their financial planner,
They glean a little bit.
yeah,
It's
but they
not-
primarily
not a lot.
keep it in on purpose.
Yeah, they don't make a lot of people. I mean, the profit is very modest. They have to have a lot, right? Because this percentage is very. Otherwise, it's not even worth going through someone if they're going to ding you too big. There's all different kinds of ways to make money.
It's true.
That suit your dancing. I like you.
I love what you made your living.
Totally enjoy it.
I love what you do. So let's talk about the ADU.
Well, let's talk about it then.
So have you made any changes? Have you changed your mind on anything?
No. Figuring it out. Our garage, like I said, a 12 by 20.
Yeah.
Having decided on stairs. Why have to have a set of stairs on the back of the garage going up the outside to something?
Where would it go down to?
Well,
Because that's
remember
the backyard.
The garage is below.
Okay.
And I don't want a set of stairs going from the garage to the house. It would take too much of the garage space.
Yeah.
There'll be a set of stairs in front of the garage leading to the entry, which is going to be like here. This would be the great room. That would be the master bedroom.
But just a clear wall on the side, and all the glass windows is there.
Yeah. Or no, we'll have, if we have any glass here, it'll be upstairs.
Oh,
we can have
frosted or something.
frosted.
I see. So for light.
Yeah, for light only. So we will, and we'll see how it all works out because I can do what I want. That is a beautiful view.
It's
You know,
one of. It's like to me. It's like if that's the Monterey Bay.
I mean,
So
that
if
might,
that's Monterey Bay, and you're like, yeah, you know what? There's somebody that's over the freeway in
No.
Monterey Bay, so I'm not gonna.
well, we're not going to see Monterey Bay from there.
No, I'm just saying.
We're not going to be as high as
I'm saying that's as beautiful as it is.
Yeah, it is. Right.
Especially
All
at
those
sunset. What happens for like 25 minutes at sunset, the way that those leaves change colors 1,000 times over, I've time lapsed it so
Yeah.
many times, and every single time I time lapse that thing, it's like, oh, look
But
at this.
this also is going to be a kind of a continuation or a connection to that this year.
I tell you, me and the
This is
boys,
gonna be the second bedroom.
me and the boys kept talking about doing stairs up here and then a bridge over. I kind of like that idea, but it's probably not a good idea.
I'm going to say it's not a good idea. We just have to see. That might, if it all works out, that might end up being brilliant. It depends on how high that is. I mean, it would be nice to have access from here to there up to this deck.
That would be rad, huh?
It would.
Because
I
then
mean,
it really makes this, the treehouse and the ADU.
yeah, it
a
combines them.
Yeah,
And this is permitted.
Yeah.
I'm good. I could do that.
so rad.
And it's separate. It's permitted. Now all I'm doing is just extending a, access.
But you wouldn't want to do like 700 underneath and 200 on top as your office or your art studio?
Because the garage and our deal right over the top of it, if anything, maybe storage next to the garage.
Right.
Underneath.
Would you build storage out with wood, or would you build it out with?
It would be out of wood.
Okay,
Out of
so
wood.
you
It would have to be a retaining wall. Then above that, we could put a platform or do something for storage. I'm sure we're going to utilize underneath or have a breezeway like this.
Did you know that my ash is bigger than yours?
Your ass is bigger than mine, ass. I have to kiss your ass. I kick your
You don't
ass.
have to kiss my ass. You know,
I
I'm
mean,
gonna,
that kiss.
I'm gonna get my ash away from you. I can't believe why.
That was a big mistake when I said that.
You did just say you're gonna kiss my ass.
Now, your mama is the only ass I really kiss.
Oh man,
I kick your ass. I kiss her ass.
I can't believe I accidentally released gas in your office and closed the door like that. What the heck is that?
That was rude.
I'm gonna talk to my kids and remind them not to do what I do, to do what I say.
Yeah. I would never, ever.
You always would say that to me when I was growing up. Hey, don't do what I do, you do what I say. You hear me? And go dig a hole. When you're done, you fill it up. And then you see a pile of wood, you move that wood over there, move it back, and tonight I'm gonna do your mama. And you know I'd say, I quit! Like, I'm done. I'm not working in these working conditions anymore.
Your mama
I
said
think
to
I've
me,
told that story to 1,000 people. Like, I'll meet brand new people I never met before. I'm like, these people, I don't have to break the ice with these people. I need a story that's really endearing.
something realistic.
There we go.
Something with juice. Something foundational. Oh, we haven't seen the little kitties for a while. You said you're going to pick them up when tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll pick them up tomorrow. Take them over to Barbie's.
So then you
And
have
I'm gonna
them
go
the
see 'em.
following week. So Jonna has them over the weekend, and then you have them when?
Well, no, Barbie has them over the weekend this time.
Oh,
because the wedding.
Good grandma. They love her.
Oh, they are just well, you know,
She is so sweet to them.
Barbie's
Oh my god.
Barbie's
Your
a
mom
Bar-
is like a
Barbie's a world class.
grandma.
Yeah, she's a next level. I mean, it was like she was made to have grandchildren.
Yeah.
She's very sacrificial, and not just to the kids, but to John and I too.
Yeah, she is.
Right. That's the thing. John,
You know, caved in. Actually, had a good place to play, but young kids could make afford it and have a good time too.
it's hard
Kids
to.
haven't. I'm
It's hard
surprised-
for my kids to think about making a fort when they have a treehouse like that.
Yeah, I haven't yet. If I was a kid, I would have been up there.
I was when I was Malachi's age. I was all over the hills back here making stuff. I was. I mean, I made so many forts up on top of that hill, but that was before there was those 3 houses up there.
This would be a fun project.
How long do you think it'll take to go from, you know, even plans done in
Breaking ground.
a year?
That's how you have to look at it.
You start, yeah. When you
So
start
breaking
processing.
ground to finish is probably taking months. It's not a big project. It won't take longer than that because it's really small. I mean, it's going to rain, it'll be done in a month.
Yeah.
And then running the subs.
How much of the sub work would you do yourself? More or just the same as you would on any other project?
It's hard to say.
Yeah.
I might do more and hire guys by the hour. You know, have an electrician come in by the hour. I'd have that kind of thing, and just so I can fart around with it and also save some money. And what the heck, I'm not in a rush.
Yeah.
But when I start, I probably want to get it done. Get the cash register ticket because we can. Once we get it done, we can rent it.
Yeah.
Or we can live in it, but I doubt that's going to happen for a while. We're not ready to.
Well, you live in
a
a
little hole.
You live in it if you could rent your house out for 10 grand.
Yeah, but
I think
that's
you can.
easier said than done.
I don't think so.
Your mom's not ready for that.
Yeah, I get that. But that's not.
I'm
it's
not
gonna-
either.
Hey,
I'm not ready for
it-
that. I'm not
you know,
ready
minimum
to
it's a
do it.
couple of years away.
I was going to start drawing it up this weekend.
Oh,
I ran out of time. I thought I had a lot of time ahead of me, but I don't. Winter's coming up.
Right.
It'll get drawn up. I mean, I will survey it, figure out, you know, the topo, how the garage is going to fit, where this is going to land, retaining walls, get all that kind of jiggled in, and then I'll have to consult someone that does septic and figure out if we're putting the septic up there or out over there. If I have enough room, that would be bitching. Get it over there, clean out all those trees. That would be awesome. It has to be small. It's only for, you know, one full bath and a kitchen. And then I'm gonna tie this little thing. I'll pull up the hardwood and redo the floor and put a real toilet in.
Yeah.
Kick that toilet to the garage. Yeah, that toilet is useless. Useless.
It's my favorite. I've never once used it. Ever.
We don't want to use it. Your mom could think. Your mom could look right past it.
I don't know how she did that. That was so crazy.
I had to clean it a couple of times. I did not like it. I did like though renting the place for $185,000.
They paid $75.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
They were sad. They were sad to see you go.
Yeah, we're on hold. I would love to. They just need to leave. They leave. Back on. Right now.
It was fall 2 days ago.
Really?
Monday.
Yeah.
3 days ago. wheel and the hoverboard. Gosh, I can ride that one wheel aggressively outside.
I gotta get on it.
That thing feels like a tank because I got used to riding the hoverboard. You know, if I never rode the Geoblade one,
Oh,
then the one wheel probably wouldn't feel the same. It would feel like the most dangerous board I've ever been on. But because I've gotten so used
How
to
is
it,
this just riding it right in here? That's safe,
oh my
right?
gosh! I mean, you almost can't. Nothing can really go wrong. It is such a simple.
No, yeah, just to get the feel of it. I'm looking forward to practicing. I just haven't. If we can practice, you can get on the hoverboard like every day. Start doing it. But we haven't. You know what we haven't done is you got me all turned on about
Disc golf.
Disc golf.
I'm ready.
No, we haven't been playing. Holy cow, man! That tree is.
I played a few times. Huh?
The tree's starting to get pretty close to that.
You just gotta get a sawzall, right? Yeah, just get a sawzall.
It's more than that. You don't saw on something like that. You kill it.
No, not the tree. Sawzall the wood.
I know, no. You'll just you'll cheer it.
So what are you gonna use?
I still have.
Well, it's really close right there.
Yeah, but this is not moving.
Right. I wonder how much this kind of. I wonder how much this kind of keeps the tree more sturdy.
No stress on the tree. It's going to last us lifetime. We have a few things hanging from the tree. And then we're going to give it a haircut. That'll help it.
Yeah.
Get lovely. We got a nest up there.
What kind of nest?
It looks like a rat nest.
A rat nest? You're telling me that rats climb up the tree and that's where they nest?
Not it. Yeah.
Come on.
not anymore. It doesn't look like it might be an old bird nest, though.
Yeah, it's not a rat nest. I never would see a rat. Oh, a rat nest. Did you get a hold?
So the next time he calls, I have a word or two to say to him. You know, kind of $75, and we have amp problems to be able to respond. So, you know, I mean, they may lose their job. I'll just find someone else. That doesn't work for me.
Did you just say $75?
Yeah. They come out, spray.
Why was it so cheap? Me and John paid like a couple $100, I thought. To have the person come out and dial our pricing because, Christmas 2000. I think it was
just spends an hour.
It was Christmas 2012 or 13. We woke up one morning. It felt like 5,000. There were ants up our walls, our whole floor. Happened to our neighbor. It was like it was the first rain, right around Christmas. The first torrential downpour during the drought, 2012-13. And we woke up, and there were ants. I mean, when I say everywhere, I mean everywhere. So, I think our neighbor knocked on our door. Hey, you guys okay? You guys have ants? We're like, yeah. So, and they charged like $200 or $215 or something. I mean, it was not $75. I know that, and that was back then.
Oh yeah, they had.
We used
They
Terminix.
had-
Who did you use?
Yeah, Western. I was thinking of getting the ant spray and start to check anywhere I see them, start to spray. Manually.
Yeah.
Try to control them that way too, because they
Right.
are getting out of hand.
Yeah,
Where there's lightning, it's like
it's not really a joke. I mean, they're playing for keeps. Look at that thing. Little caterpillar.
oh yeah.
It's pretty. It's really pretty. Oh man, Michael has this hummingbird. It looks. You know how the most beautiful light moss on a rock under a river, like it looks like an emerald.
Yeah.
It's fur. This hummingbird's fur. It looks like an emerald.
Wow.
I mean, I never seen a hummingbird like it.
Wow.
It was so rad. We were sitting there outside, hanging out, talking, and then the bird comes over. He's like, "Look at that!" And we were just mesmerized. I mean,
Wow.
it was almost not that bright, not the fruit tree bright, but it was bright. But it was like metallic,
They have
like
the
a-
sheen to them.
like a rainbow green.
They're beautiful.
Yeah, they
Yeah, we have a couple in our hot tub we get to see. We have a feeder
You
right there.
really had that dialed at the other house. Remember that? Your bird game.
It was very. We had turkeys. We had turkeys there.
There?
Oh my gosh, you didn't know about the turkeys?
Well, then why don't you have them here?
They disappeared.
Why don't you get turkeys planted here? Can you do that? Is that
No,
allowed?
they disappeared. We've had turkeys here at least a half a dozen times on this lot.
When are you getting a dog?
No, we're thinking about it.
No, you've been thinking about it.
Well,
for
you want to
38
clean up the
years.
shit?
Is
Because I don't want to do the shit, man.
it my dog?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's my dog, then I guess I'd have to. Otherwise, it's your dog. The dog master takes care of the dog. That's the rule.
Kevin.
I can't let you in the box. What the hell is
Out
he
of
thinking?
all the
man?
dogs, he gets this ugly looking dog. You can't kiss
It's
his
not
face.
ugly. It's that those dogs
They
are
ugly.
those dogs are maniacs. Are what they are. I mean, if
Out of all
you
the dogs,
if you run the dog every day,
yeah, you're good.
then you're in a better spot.
I guess the figures,
He has 4 kids. I mean,
yeah, they dogs can get on
and
there.
Ashley's on top,
Yeah, Ashley's
on their
totally
life,
on
so
top.
you know she'll just have to. Yeah. But it's definitely an extra thing for her.
Boy, yeah.
It'll work off, you know. That's the thing. That's the thing.
We just got to stay out.
Well, because why say
Make
anything?
sure we do exactly what he says, because
He's got a
He gives
system.
us different kind of.
they have, it's not.
That's why I don't want to stay there more than like 3 or 4 days with Titus. Titus is, I went on 3 walks with Titus. They were all absolutely wonderful. I love Titus, man. It's so rad. Just starts trouble all the time.
Well,
Just won't
once-
leave his brothers alone.
Once all of that turns into a strength and he matures into that characteristic of his life that is, you know, that aggressor, it'll be rad. It will. And I already see it, you know. I had the most bonding moment with Titus when I feel like it was like Christmas 2015. Because I feel like Malachi, maybe 14 or 15, because I feel like him and Malachi were like 5 years old. And they were leaving.
That's a long time.
They're at our house and they're leaving. And then I went to hug him, pick him up, and he kind of wrapped his legs around me, wrapped his arms around me, and like gave me the 4-limb squeeze, you know? And I just nuzzled up in. I'm like, yeah, baby. That's what being an uncle's all about.
No, Kim and I were just talking about it. Sometimes he's like a Jekyll and Hyde. Sometimes he is super sweet, unbelievable,
Well, I mean,
so
that's
proud.
that's
And then other times, it's like he just will not leave his hands off his brothers.
well, you don't get one extreme without the other. You know what I talked about with Michael? So Michael and we rode the scooters around. We busted done 10 or 15 miles. I mean, it could have been 20 because we were out for 3 hours, riding at 16 miles an hour, and you know, off and on. But that was basically our pace. We rode all the way up Market to whatever, like way up to 15, whatever, however high it goes. Turn around, rode to the Embarcadero, rode to Pier 39, rode to the ballpark, rode back to Market, rode up Market, and there were moments in 1 minute where we went from elation and joy and awe and wonder to distraught, heartbreak, and trauma back to elation, joy, awe, and wonder in 1 minute.
Why?
Because you have the elation of going 16 miles an hour in a city like San Francisco. The joy of doing that experience with your buddy when there's nobody on the road and you're just free to just go crazy. The wonder of like what San Francisco's become, because San Francisco, all that high rise on Market is new. So like you're riding through like 80% of what you see has been built in the last decade. So it's
Right.
like the coolest
Yeah,
type of high rise.
yeah, it is.
So that's your experience. But then you pass somebody that's going poo. You pass somebody that is cooking crack. And you pass somebody that threatens you. And then you pass all that. And then you're back to like,
It's great. Yeah.
I don't know what to say, but I mean, you know, I can't let the trauma affect the gladness. And so we would stop a couple times and he goes, "How do you feel? What just happened?" Because we were screaming, "Yeehaw!" You know, it's like you in an earthquake. And I said to him, I go, because we slowed down, you know, we're just like cruising at 3 miles an hour, and I go, "Michael, you can't have 9s and 10s unless you have 1s and 2s. You want everything to be a 4, 5, and 6? Go live in the Midwest, where there's a great police force and there's no innovation. You want to live in a
fried
place,
food, fried chicken, fried this, fried that.
if you want to live in a place like San Francisco or New York City or Dubai, most likely, unless it's now Dubai's maybe not a good one because they have more of a militant approach to governing their people. But in America, if you're in a place that's a 9 and a 10, the money's a 9 or 10, the job opportunity's 9 or 10. Hey,
Yeah.
You need any more wine?
No, we're good, honey, for sure. You want to come up here?
I'm gonna go put on a fun rice.
if you have 9s and 10s, then you're gonna naturally have 1s and 2s,
Oh, I'd like some
and it's the same with people.
lamb chops today. Got to be very expensive. Ordered lamb chops. Oh my gosh, brutal. I can't even live. I had to tear the tag off. So mom I couldn't turn it down. They had it wrapped up. It was like 2 pounds of lamb chops, 4 lamb chops, $34.
That's a lot, actually.
It is a lot. I mean, you go to Costco and get the thing for half that.
All right, let me see that, Mr. No, don't bring me more wine.
Where's my one? Right here.
No, give me that.
You just said it in mine. Hey, okay. It says poured in it. Dang it.
You're
Oh
lucky.
my
Give me
God.
that. No! There, I'm empty. Oh, I'm gonna.
Okay, I'll give it to
You're
you.
good. No, you do. You
Cute
already.
baby. I had to change your diaper.
That's like farting in my face and saying, "Okay, I'll put it back." No, it's
No,
out.
it isn't.
You
No,
poured
it
the
isn't.
wine in your glass.
Say fart in your face and say, "Man, that's it." You gotta get it right.
You know, one of my strongest fart memories is my cousin Jason taking Kevin.
No.
Kevin's like this, face to face, and Jason goes, "You want me to carry you up the stairs to Angora?" So yeah. So he's like, "All right." And so he puts his crotch under his head, takes his feet, lifts him up,
Oh no.
toes out, face and ass, walks up the stairs and just walks a fart out right up in his nose. It wouldn't be funny if he did it to me, but dude, he did it to Kevin, so I thought it was the best.
Cruel.
Oh, well, not when you're Jason's age. He was a knucklehead, man. He was like 17. It's actually right on point for 17.
No, but it's cruel. I mean, that's like an image that Kevin is still kind of having to deal with. That's oh my God.
Oh, man.
So Glenn used to tell me that his older brother, he was like 7 years older, okay, because he has an older sister.
Yeah.
He used to wrestle him down and sit on his face, right on his lips. And Glenn said his farts would burn his mouth.
Oh, man.
They were like lip shrivelers. It's like his lip would he'd come up but he would wrestle Clint down and Char down. And anytime he had a fart, he would grab those guys to him.
Who did Lenny sick the fart on at work? Who was
Oh.
that? Was that Vaughn?
No, Joaquin. You never met Joaquin. He was a complainer. And
Well, then Lenny did the right thing.
Lenny did the right thing. It was so funny.
And he quit, right?
He quit.
And he actually got his car left and never came back.
No, he got his again and begged him to come back to work. You know, oh Lenny, you know, you just gotta watch
And they were
out
like,
for
25 feet away?
Yeah, he was down a hallway.
Down a
And Lenny-
hallway.
Lenny farts and says, "Sit out!" And right then, Joaquin starts going, I quit. It went right in his mouth.
He said sick him. Lenny.
funny things all the time. I remember.
How about
dropping
his spin? You know, Danny would rail him for his spinner blocks. I remember Danny just grinded him so hard at Andy Van Baler's house. He's putting the little, 4x16 two bent things in on the underfloor. One nail on each side. Danny walks up, cusses him out. Hey, spins it. What happens when I put a foot on that, Lenny? 2 nails.
Oh, dirt nail. I'm piecework.
I remember that, man. And I thought to myself, all right, don't ever do 1 nail on each side with Danny around. He didn't lie like that.
There were guys when they used to piecework. I mean, I don't know why they thought it saved them time. On the bottom plate, they would slam 1 nail on the bottom of the stud, and then on the top, they would slam 1 nail on the top so it wouldn't turn. Instead of just bam, bam, hitting 2 nails in. But short nailing, all kinds of ways to short nail on cheap. But when you're pieceworking and you're not getting paid a lot, you find ways to.
I know.
We used to gas and wax our nails.
What is that?
If you had to use box nails, which are smooth shank and are not the sinkers,
Okay.
the gas and wax you
Would help you sink them?
Oh man, yeah, they would go in,
Interesting.
but they wouldn't. They have a tendency to want to pop out. And then on sinkers, we would throw baby powder on those, and that would help them sink. Just anything to slam the nail in faster.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I never do it now.
Well, you're not
But back in that day,
Plus, that was a different
I
time,
had
dude.
a baby powder bottle with me all the time by the nails.
Why baby powder?
Because it would just make the nail go right in, sink right in really smoothly.
Huh. Wow.
And it's easier to finger. Everything about it was just made the job easier. I mean, that's how you pound a box of nails a day. You figure you just bam, 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 bam,
Right.
bam.
Right.
Those were fun days.
Yeah.
Doing everything manually. The only thing we used nail guns for was for nailing the floor, and they had these weird guns to do that, and sometimes shear. That was it. And they were able to nail shear with staples, even in back in that.
With staples? You mean like the big burly staples, right?
Yeah.
But still, that doesn't matter. That's not.
It works. They work.
It's
They
a
don't have
shear.
a head. Yeah, it's shear.
What kind of shear? Was it 3/4?
No. 3/8.
Okay, 3/8. So, no, sub 4 is 3/4.
Yeah. But the nail gun saved my career, and then the forklift.
You wouldn't have been able to make it if you had still built houses like you did in the 70s.
No way,
chance.
man.
No way. That was
Out of there.
that was like fist fight compared to virtual reality boxing video games. You know what I mean?
So much
And
easier.
you used to use what, a 24-ounce hammer?
I used a 28.
Oh my
In
gosh,
the day.
28. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
if it
And
obviously.
it was like 14 inches long, and I
Jeez.
just
What do you use now?
I'm using a 19.
And it's not 18 inches long, right? Or
No, it's 16. So it's smaller handle.
But they make better metal.
Oh no, the hammers then good.
Okay.
They last. We don't have to use our hammers that much. I did this job at Bonnie Doon. I don't know if you ever seen that one, the Bonnie Doon job.
Yeah.
Whatchamacallit with that? It was Noah and Dan Gardner helped me on that job. I was a general. Well, our compressor broke down, and I had to nail it by hand. So I nailed the garage. I framed the garage by hand one day. I went back to the slamming nails like the old days. Oh my gosh, my elbow hurt for a
I thought you were going to say how fun it was.
It was fun doing because like no one's going, ooh, wow, it's like that how you used to do it? And so that just added kindling to the fire. By the end of the day, the next day, oh my gosh, I thought like, oh, I can't do that. I mean, I can't do that. I'll ruin myself. It took me a month to get over the pain.
smoke them faster. I've been doing that consistently.
I try to find the right pace to get started.
Right.
Anyway, what I'm milking. If the cigar goes too fast, you gotta light it.
No, yeah, it's not. It's not. Yeah.
So I have my grader starting Monday on that up on the hill.
Really?
The homeowner is very involved, so it's good in one way because he's very smart.
Yeah.
But in other ways, some of his thoughts and techniques.
Which grader?
The grader,
Which one?
you wouldn't know him. He did
Oh, okay.
the last job I did up there. I kept his name Ben Mason, but you don't know who he is. He wants to make a lot of money though. He wants everything just perfect for himself. It's just kind of, taxing.
I had a conversation with somebody
Everything
recently,
is-
and they made me feel like they wanted the best of entrepreneurship, like joint venture, co-risk. They wanted the best of contractor that gets paid and the best of mentee that gets benefit of learning. I told him, like, you got to pick one. You got to pick one. You can't be two or three of those things. At least not long term. I mean, a joint venture entrepreneur is not the same as a contractor that sends an invoice and gets paid, and it's definitely not the same as a mentee that gets the benefit of learning. I've been thinking a lot about education and the university system, falling apart because the student loans and the cost is prohibitive and the education systems are old. There's a picture. It showed like 1950, and it showed a rotary phone. 1950 classroom with a bunch of kids at a desk, and then 2019 iPhone 11 and a bunch of kids at a desk. It's like, how the hell did we transform communication like this, and we haven't done a damn thing about education? So I think education is completely screwed, and it's over. And the 2.3 or whatever $1 trillion of student loan debt there is going to implode the whole damn thing. And I've been thinking a lot about vocational.
It's a money making scheme.
Let me ask you this: how much money would a young 19-year-old that has good work ethic have to pay you to work for you and learn from you, and not just be told what to do only, but also be guided? Like, is it $50 a day? Is it $500 a day? And how many of those kids would you be willing to take on? That's a real question.
Oh, I'm not interested.
That's exactly the problem.
I'm not interested. I don't have time.
Well, there you go. That's what most successful men have told me, and women. I'm not interested. I don't care if they pay me $500 a day. I do not want to be a babysitter. Tell them to go find another place to learn.
I was, independently wealthy, and I needed no money at all, and the sky's the limit on a budget. Okay, people paying by the hour, fine, I'll do it. And I wouldn't charge anyone anyway for that kind of service. It's like getting paid from the church. Things like that.
Well, that's another problem. What if that is the new way of education? Like, okay, if somebody says, I'll give you $10,000 to intern for you for 3 months, you don't pay me a dime, I do whatever you say, but I also get 2 hours with you on Saturday or Sunday.
Oh, I would do that.
And I work for you for 40 hours a week, but I get to also meet with you. I get to pick you up at your house, drive you to work,
Oh, no,
and drop you off at
they
home.
can get a full hour a day too. Just,
Okay.
On
And during lunchtime, you have to tell me everything that I don't learn when I'm putting shear up and moving lumber for you.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, if someone's gonna pay big dollars, like that's a lot of money.
It's 10 grand's not a lot of money.
Yeah, it is.
No, people are paying $17,500 for getting what's called a boot camp, which is like full-time education, vocational education for, full-time every day. They pay $17,500 for 3 months to learn one craft of. It's primarily technology, right? Cybersecurity, coding, things of that nature. But the thing is, you know what computers are going to be able to do in 5 years? Cybersecurity and coding. You know what they can't do in 5 years?
Wipe your
Build
butt.
a house. Oh, you want to get into? You want the number 2 business to be your number 1 business? Is that what you're trying to say? Is you moving to be the honey bucket man?
Honey bucket.
I always love that. The guy in Santa Cruz, honey bucket man. Your number 2 business is our number 1 business. I thought that was funny.
It's funny. It's perfect.
Your
Yeah,
number
but
2
your number
business.
2 can be a number 3. You throw a burp in there, it's number 4, and your part 2, that's number 5.
You've always been a multitasker. It's been really proud of you for that.
Man. If you
Really
can fart and
proud
burp
of
on
you
the
for
pot, that's a number 6. Those are hard to come by. At the same time,
No, that's not unreasonable. I think $10,000 up front, and they pick you up, they take you to work, they work for you like a laborer. During lunch, you personally mentor them. They take you home when you drive. You mentor them, and then they get a couple hours on Saturday or Sunday, and for mentorship and vocational training, where you show them, hey, here's how I do plans, here's how I set up lumber lists, here's how I work with subcontractors, stuff like that. And I think somebody paying $10,000 to get that training for 1 to 5 months is a no-brainer for them, because then they can go out and they can start as a real apprentice, not a laborer, and they can have a real shot at being an actual journeyman and get their own license, and they'll save years. That's what you did for Brian Leonardis. What did he do? He picked you up, he drove you to work. When you guys went out to lunch, he asked you questions, you answered questions, you mentored him, he was your Padawan, you were his Jedi, you drove him home, or he drove you home, and he did it year after year after year after year after year, except you had to pay him. But it was a little different because it's a different world back then. But today, I mean, how many, I think you look 10 years down the road, nobody drives cars, nobody works manufacturing jobs. And I don't know, man, besides creative dev work, I think you're going to have a hard time convincing corporations to have a human being do programming and coding for simple things if it's not creative work. But until 3D printers can print houses with, fireproof, strong, light material of some sort at scale, you still are going to have people build homes. And the old houses and commercial buildings are always going to need, skilled tradesmen working on them. I mean, I think your trade is probably as safe of a business path as any. Anyway, I've been thinking a lot about that because, I feel like I've trained over 100 people that came to me as minimum wage earners, and now they're established in their career over the last 20 years. And I wish I would have structured something that allowed me to benefit from that and maybe even stay involved, and not just the rotating door that happens for entrepreneurs. Same thing for you. How many guys have worked for you? 500? Come on, 1976. 43 years.
Maybe 2.
I've had dozens of guys.
Maybe 2.
Okay, you've trained 200 guys.
I haven't trained them all. A lot of them just worked. They're kind of not there, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to learn anything. Just tell them what to do and they'll do it.
Hey, go smoke a joint, then you tell them what to do, and then they'll do it slowly, right? Oh, the poor alcoholics, the ones that really have a tough time. They just disappear for 4 days and then call you real sorry. Like a dog that humped your wife. Sorry, master. Sorry about that. It was only going to be one drink. She was pretty. It was just me one drink, dude. Next thing you know, I woke up 3 days later and I pissed I woke up in my pee.
Save that for Michael.
Yeah, no, yeah, we are next level. You keep that to yourself. Every time I drink wine with you, I think of going down to visit Kevin in 2012 at that hotel we stayed at. And we had the 2 bottles of port. And I was in the shower. And I started dancing. Like,
So
I
where
fully-
at? Wait.
it was a
Where
hotel.
were we at?
It was
Down
a
south?
yeah,
Down south?
Carlsbadish. It was a hotel.
Oh, that was at
It had it was kind of a nasty hotel, and it had like
Oh.
kind of a nasty pool, but the pool had the most cool view, and it's where you had the Surfer magazine guy come up and take a picture of it.
Oh yeah, right.
Okay.
Dana Point. Okay,
Okay.
that one, yeah.
So I'm in the shower, and I mean there is club music in my head, and I am in the shower, and I am getting down, and I stopped. I'm like, I am dancing in the shower. I had too much port. I need to go to bed.
I don't remember drinking the port, but where'd we drink the port at?
It was on the balcony upstairs. We had like 2 cigars.
We did?
Yeah, we had like 2 cigars, and we were there for like 3 hours. And
Two
you
cigars.
probably had a half a bottle. I had 1.5, and it was what starts with a K? The good stuff. What's that stuff? What's that winery? Starts with a K.
Yeah, Keller.
Keller. That's it. Keller. They have the orange chocolate.
Yeah, the chocolate.
Chocolate orange
infused
coffee.
with
That's it. That's
coffee.
it.
Yeah.
Gosh, it's so good.
Yeah, it's good. I have a little in that. I mix it. I throw a little in mine. I like to sweeten it up a little bit. That's how I drink it. It's too sweet alone, but with wine. It's not. You might have to step inside just for a second.
Come on, cigar.
Oh, the lighter might be going out. Stinking lighter. Just had one that died. I couldn't relight my cigar. Who was I? I was playing frisbee golf. I couldn't relight my cigar. It's about that long. It's really a tragedy.
Was it a tragedy?
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
So when you throw the frisbee, how do you get it? I mean, I keep when I'm throwing it, when I throw it this way and it goes straight, I get much better velocity.
Okay, so there's 2 ways to fix your. So you throw backhand, and what happens is you don't realize, but you're doing a couple things. One, you're bend, and when you bend, it's going to naturally go that way. So one fix is when you throw, you bend your back. So when you come across,
Oh,
that's right.
you're kidding.
But not too much.
Not too
Okay. Like so,
Oh, that's a good idea.
natural tendency is to come and to throw, and you naturally bend,
Yes.
so you end up releasing side.
Gotcha.
So if you come in and you throw and you purposefully bend back, it comes out angled.
And that's how
And
everyone.
then it
That's
goes-
how everyone. The pros do it.
But you can't tell because they have so much control. That's one. The other one is the angle of the disc, but that's not very safe, right? So if you throw and you angle your disc down and you come across, then of course it goes like that. But if you throw and you angle your disc up,
Oh, I see. If you angle, you're just up higher.
no, not high, like that.
What if you? Oh, you mean angle? Yeah. When I actually practice and I think about running my wrist this way instead of like this, because that's what you want to do. Like right. Then
You have to think about a slingshot. So your slingshot is you're up, and as soon as your back leg crosses, the disc does not move. Okay, watch. The disc doesn't move here.
you watch. Just like your mama.
I'm gonna close my eyes.
She wants me to watch everything.
And then the disc doesn't move. So when you come forward, your hand just extends, and it's a slingshot. So now you're here. The goal is to keep it right in your body here, and then you release here. Yeah, but you have to slingshot it from back.
You know, the whole thing, though, a lot of times, every once in a while, it's like every fourth or fifth throw,
Yeah.
I'm trying to do this and keep it that way, and I end up throwing it like out there somewhere. No, you ever do that?
Yes.
It's like,
No.
where the heck did that come from?
All of my
Let's go do over there.
I know all of my lost discs, 100%,
Yeah.
are wild right throws.
Yeah.
Wild.
Wow.
And it's like this. There's the basket.
Come
back!
Yeah.
And it's like, well, it was nice knowing you.
I threw 2 stuck in trees.
You stuck 2 in trees?
Yeah, I had to get rocks. It took me like 25 throws to knock them down.
No.
I did knock them down.
You're lucky you knocked
And
them
then
down.
I threw 3 times or 4 into yards, and the yards are way the heck over there. It's like I'm throwing over there, and there it goes. Over there into the yard. But all my other throws are going this way or going that way, you know. So it was, but I was getting better. Definitely at the end of my 3rd session. It was fun. I was really, I'm improving.
I mean, I'm jonesing for it. I'm ready to go.
Oh man, I've been ready.
We should have went today. We should have just went right now and played in Sunset and had a cigar.
We could have. This is good too, though. But we
I
could have
did.
done that.
This is nice.
It would have been nice. So you.
Gosh, I like it. So, yeah, disc golf sure is fun, man. There's nothing like getting really good at a throw. It's just rad. I've gotten really good at putting because they're having those baskets and that net right there. That is righteous.
By putting, you know, Kevin has a basket in the backyard.
Do the kids play with it?
Not really. I played.
And neither-
I probably threw in the basket every day.
None of the kids wanted to go play with you, huh?
No.
You asked them?
Oh yeah, I'd love to take them.
And what was Kevin doing?
And Kevin's always busy. Stupid shit. I mean, you know, just busy. You know, for Timbuktu. Joe Blow. I mean, it's like whatever. Kevin, I'm here. But either or, we lived with it. I did some things over his house too. When he first moved in, they broke the handrail going downstairs.
Oh,
It is dangerous walking
Yeah,
down
that's-
those stairs.
that's not good.
No, I put it back. I glued it back together. Put that up.
That's good.
Yeah, it is. I fixed a couple things. Chair outside, a couple chairs outside. Then the bolts came out. We had to put 3 bolts in. And door stop. Just stuff that I seen. But he's going, and if someone asks him to do something, he jumps. He doesn't really kind of evaluate. So that's kind of like why I can't stay there more than like a 4-day thing, because
Well, Kevin really, really, really wants to go on a trip with just you and me.
that'd be great.
So,
I mean, we should
you
totally do that.
know,
Oh my
really
God.
said to me that you and I have never once gone anywhere.
No, we haven't.
Isn't that crazy?
It is great.
I couldn't believe it. He said it. He goes, I don't,
Oh my gosh.
because I know. So I said to Kevin, what do you think about, I'll take the boys and mom and dad and the 6 of you and the 11 of us, let's go to Puerto Rico. If that's too cost prohibitive, let's go somewhere close to Colorado. He's like, Ian, I don't really want to go with 11 of us. What I want is to go somewhere with you and dad. Let's go on a surf trip together.
Oh.
And I go, okay. And he's like, no, hold on. You don't realize. Do you know you, me, and dad have never once gone anywhere together? And I'm like, I'm scratching my head. And I'm like, I never once thought about it. But in context of how much I do with my 2 boys, it's like, what? That is crazy. So anyway, here's my thought. You, me, Kevin, let's go to Puerto Rico.
No.
Where do you want to go instead?
Surf trip, Mexico. Where there's surf.
There's surf in Puerto Rico.
No, there is.
Yes, there is. I showed it to you. I FaceTimed you for an hour and a half walking that one day. I showed. Okay, now pick it. Now eat it.
No.
No?
No, we got to go honest.
Hey, rock, paper, scissors right here, right now. Let's do it.
No.
No,
Surf
don't be
trip,
afraid.
Mexico.
right here.
I already called
Beat
you.
me.
I'm the dad.
I dare you. Try it.
Dad.
Go ahead.
Dad.
Not Mexico.
Mexico is the best place. You can find a place where it's exclusive out in Timbuktu. You got like 15 surfers. You got like 3 or 4 breaks.
Okay, I know where to go.
And then we go
I know where I want to go now.
We go surfing.
Okay, we're going to Cabo San Lucas. We're staying at the Thompson Cape Hotel. Period. Done. You, me, and Kevin.
What do you do there? What, they're surfing out?
It's the most private hotel in Cabo San Lucas. Then the
Cabo is that on the Baja or on the mainland? Cabo is on the Baja side. Baja.
Cabo is where that arch thing is at.
Right? No, Cabo San Lucas is on Baja, right? That's the the arm that goes down. That's a good spot. No. I mean, it's facing the Pacific Ocean. It gets good exposure. No, great. During the summer, they get these great south swells.
So me and Jonna, we went there last summer.
I gotta take a peek.
You gonna take one? Why don't you get one?
Ooh, yeah.
Hey, don't take
Go
a
ahead.
peek.
No. I can listen. Here, I can do 2 things. at
Okay.
one time.
So we went there last March. Okay,
I'm
and
here. Were there waves?
that right, like a 50-foot walk. There's waves.
There's guys out surfing.
Oh yeah, like never more than 3 or 4, but there was 100 that would surf in a day. But you only could get access to the beach if you were staying at the hotel.
Oh.
And it was
What
my
were the
favorite.
waves like? What were the waves like? Beach break?
No, 150, 250 feet out, and they were righteous. They were juicy.
Oh.
I can show you. I time lapsed. I don't know. I mean,
Well, I want to see some pictures.
okay. Okay, I'll go there with you guys. There you go. You win.
Well, no, I got to see some pictures.
No. I already decided.
No, you wait a minute.
Hey,
I'm the one that gets to decide.
no, you take peas, which is weird. You should be giving peas. You don't take peas. You leave that there and you add to it. Okay, stop taking peas and start trusting me. We're going to Cape Town Thompson Hotel. Not Cape Town, it's the Cape. That place is freaking sweet. When me and John were there,
I love the idea of having a bridge here.
I do too.
God,
Isn't that rad?
just have a step up.
I know.
Step up. And
Yes.
right up, just go right over
Yes.
to the house.
Okay.
And then that adds this to the.
I know.
Yeah.
It's so rad. I didn't want to push, because
I thought of it.
no, man. No. That was Kenton, okay?
No,
Kenton is the one that got crazy on that idea.
I thought of it like months ago.
No.
There you go.
Uh-uh.
I didn't say who's weenie-less of the family. I said who's a genius.
No.
Oh my gosh, that would be fun, right? That'd be so righteous,
Right?
You'd be having so much fun on a stand up.
It'd be so rad.
Get you like 12-footer, so you can
Come
get
on.
up there and then start catching waves. You have the time of your life,
do it.
your life. You
Do
never forget it.
We gonna bring 3 boards with us?
No, we rent. I might bring mine because I surf on day 5.
And I'll
We
rent
would
a
get-
10 and Kevin rent a 9.
No, Kevin rent a 10, 6, and you'd rent 11, 6.
Cool. They got them all there. I mean, the thing is, that place is dialed. That place is so rad.
I need to look it up on the internet.
How
I
long do you
wanna
want to go?
check it out.
How long do you want to go for?
A week. Can you do a week?
Oh yeah, 100%. We'll go like Monday to Saturday, or Sunday night to Saturday night, something like that.
Matter of me.
Well, it mattered to Kevin,
Right. We'd have to work it in his schedule too. So it works
but he
out.
really wants to go, and he might even change his mind and
We
say
can
no.
go
Let's.
for 5
let-
days.
he might even
because
say no.
Mexico isn't far.
He
It's
might
not
say
like you lose a day.
let's go Sunday to Tuesday night. I don't care. But
no.
whatever it is,
No, it has to be like a 5-day
no,
trip.
no, I mean Sunday guys in like 9 days. But the whole point is, Kevin doesn't want to spend the money on the 11 of us going. He wants to go with you and me alone, by ourselves, nobody else, and he wants a father-son trip with the 3 of us. So if that's what he wants to do, I'm cool with that. Because the truth is,
Oh, what a fun thing to think about.
you and me bringing the 9 of them with us somewhere is a real chore. I mean,
Oh my God.
you
it's
and
all
I
work.
are not.
I don't want to do it. In fact, Kim can't do it.
She
Your
probably.
mom.
You know what she'll end up doing? She'll end up just being our servant.
I know, and she and her back will be toast.
She'll be
Maybe in agony.
No.
She'll be mean.
no.
Okay, no. You don't have pain is a weird thing to you.
Of course it
She's
does.
in chronic pain all the time. She's not the same woman.
It's not good. It's not good.
Yeah, we have to be careful with mom.
I am
Treat her gently.
very.
Help her.
It's incredible what the last year has done. Her and I have become very close friends, closer than we were when I was a little adolescent kid. There was a lot of damage done for her and I when I was a teenager.
Well, not there hasn't been any damage.
No.
She understands.
No. It was.
No.
It was both. No, it was.
but
It was.
You have
I
been
was
very
upset with
kind
her.
and-
Let's put it that
you
way.
have been grown up and very kind to her. It's been really cool.
Well, I've really learned to love her for exactly who she is, not desire her to be any different than she is, and to meet her where she's at, and to, do what I need to do so that it's. I mean,
She knows that for me too.
you guys are amazing. My friend posted something and she's like, I'm awful like that. And I posted back. She was a video and I'm like, oh, you actually said I'm awful like that when you meant to say I'm awesome like that. I'm like, shit, man, if that's who you are, then just make it awesome. It sure as hell ain't awful if that's who you are.
So what about you? What are you gonna do?
I'm
You have
so
to- you have to
happy.
restructure your life.
Yeah, well,
You need a companion.
Well, when I really feel that, then I guess I'll. I told myself I wouldn't even consider it till 2020. So I'm sticking to my guns unless something happens and I turn it around. But also, I need stability. I need to make sure that we really have our company dialed, and that I have stability, and that
Just marry someone that has money.
I actually thought about that.
Then you can fart around and find yourself. You
I'm
don't
like,
be in a rush.
I need a sugar mama, baby, because that way I can just do whatever the hell I want.
There's young girls.
Hey,
there's
there's enough out there,
middle-aged
man. And
women
you know
that
what?
Have money and
I'd make
looking
it.
for
I'd
someone.
make them laugh. I bring all kinds of joy to
It's
the
not
rich
like
world.
You're not trying. You don't sit. You're not a couch potato.
Hell no, man. I've never worked this hard in my life.
So
I got myself
and
full
your kids are easy
out.
to love.
Oh gosh, my kids are just the easiest children.
You are so lucky.
I'm so lucky, bro. I mean, I thought me and Kevin were.
Shit.
I thought me and Kevin were kids, and my boys are
Ah,
freaking ridiculously awesome.
They're good parents, though.
Oh
And
man.
Ashley, excellent. But do they have? And they're handling it.
4 kids that close in age is not a.
Well,
light
it all
thing
depends
to
on
do.
them too. You have someone that's always destructive. And so it's really hard to keep peace.
It is.
And you
No
can't
doubt.
scold him all the time because he gets
Hell
a conflict.
no.
Already, I can tell he has. I had to scold him about him picking on his brother. I mean, he was doing stuff that was so gnarly, dangerous. He just picks on Ezra, just crazy. Poor Ezra. I hope he grows up.
Punches
Got to
him
put
in
him
the
in a
nose.
karate class so he can kick his brother's ass a couple times, and his brother will lay off.
Oh man.
That's what I would do.
That's one way to deal
Besides-
with it.
Tan his butt.
Oh
until
my
he's
gosh.
red
Wait.
as a baboon.
So, one of our friends is telling me about he's got a situation with his son. So his son did something, he got in trouble at school for picking on a kid. And he tells me, my son, did this, and I'm thinking, well, if the kid didn't like it, why didn't he punch my son in the face? I'm laughing so hard. I'm like, and then he goes, you know, kind of kid tells the teacher and the parents, you don't like it, deal with it, you know.
Yeah.
And then he goes, oh, let me tell you what my dad told me. So he says, I got my brandy bottle. I'm a little kid. I'm 8. I'm 12 years old, and I got my bike. I'm so proud. And my dad comes up. Oh no! This kid comes up to me. He pulls his dick out. He pees. He just pulled his dick out right in front of me and peed on my bike. And I ran to my dad and I and my dad looks at me and he goes, don't you have a stick? Go get the stick and take care of it. I had nothing to do with it. So my friend goes, he gets this stick that he got at like a, Eagle Scout thing. He walks up for the stick and the kid's riding his bike, walks up and clocks him right in the head, knocks the kid right off the bike. Kid grabs his bike and runs away. Right, you don't pee on my bike. Then the father of the kid that he clocked in the face comes over. My friend's dad comes outside because now, my friend runs inside and the father comes out like he's going to do something about it. My friend's dad comes outside and talk so serious to the father. The father almost picked up both legs and fell on his butt and said, yes, massa. So the dude gets in his car and goes away. And my friend's dad goes, I didn't think you were going to do that with the stick, but I kind of told you to. So I defended you that time. Don't do that shit again. He told me that story recently, man. I thought to myself, well, there's a lot to be said for defending yourself. That's a little extreme, homie.
Oh, but no. It might have been the council. Because what the kid did was,
that's such a hardcore bully move.
Yeah.
Come on.
You have to. If he's bigger than you and you can't actually do a fair fist fight and kick his ass,
What are you gonna do?
then you're gonna have to pick up some sticks and play and brawl that way.
So I walk up with my stick and I popped him right in the face.
Yeah. So
You know what's funny? I've never in my 38 years been in one fight. Ever. You know why?
Why?
Because I did martial arts for 5 years. If I didn't do martial arts for 5 years, I would have had something to prove. I would have felt like I needed to prove to myself and people around me that I was a tough guy. But because I did martial arts for 5 years, because I don't have anything to prove when it comes to that, I never once got in a fight. I've had 2 guys and a girl punch me in the face at school. All 3 were at Monta Vista between 7th and 10th grade. 2 boys and 1 girl punched me in the face. Just popped me right in the nose. And I looked at him like, there's no winning for either one of us right now. I'd probably need to be more careful. Whatever it is I said that made you do that, but I would not do that to me again. And I just let it go, But I am so glad that I never became a violent person. Could you imagine my personality becoming violent? I mean, I know a lot of guys like me, that have that kind of, intense, driven, ambitious, crazy thing that I am and have. And a lot of them became violent when they were younger, and it's hard for them to shake. They have a tendency that even at 32 and 47, they still have a tendency to want to, kick some ass. And I'm like, that's the last freaking thing on my mind. Good God, what I want to do? Like, break my fist and throw somebody in the hospital? What a terrible thing that would be. I'm so glad I never got in a fight. I do miss the punching bag though. Remember the punching bag we had in the garage? That thing was rad.
So I do get conversations in the
Surfing.
water.
It's
I
all.
was my last one wasn't long ago. It's just no more than a month ago.
You know what? Is it the common thread in every single one of your confrontations though? You.
I know. I get so many ways. So I was trying. One guy was bitching
You are
at
the
me.
common thread.
One guy was bitching at me, and I'm trying to defend myself, and we're this close. We're this
Wow.
close.
You somebody get that close to me, huh? All right.
Well,
I got a special move in my
I'm not-
mind. It's called knee the nuts. This is the draw. Don't
no,
get that
he
close
wasn't
to
going to
me.
hit me, and I wasn't going to hit him.
But you guys
if
had
he
words to
did,
say, huh?
We had words to say.
Oh man, dude.
Walked away.
People better not get in my face like that, man. I
No.
will freak
Well,
out.
the thing is, we both hate
Yeah.
ourselves. I mean, he was like 20 years younger than me. But he doesn't know who I am, and I don't know who he is either. But either or, we talked it out. He
Wow.
was the bitch. I was
Wow.
justifying. Actually, he was bitching at me because he dropped in on someone and I dropped in on him.
Right,
You know,
that's
and
right.
it's like, you just dropped in on the other guy. And it's like, so whatever.
Did I ever tell you about the last time I surfed? So
Where was it at?
I was married.
Oh,
I had that red and white Pearson Aero board. I started surfing pretty consistently. It was like 26 and 38, somewhere in that range.
yeah, right in the point area.
No, it was more south. I feel like it was
38 or-
26th or
26 is north of the point.
I feel like, yeah, it was north of the point. I feel like it was the break that was to the left. No, the break that was south of Sunny Cove.
Okay.
It was 2 to 4 breaks south of Sunny Cove. Probably 26, right?
26. Okay. That's good. Great.
So I get out there and I'm starting to get pretty good. I paddle, jump on my feet, and I'm surfing. I got my thing going. I'm like, okay, this is real. I love this, and this is fun. So as far as I could tell, the closest person to me was pretty dang far away. So I drop in the wave. I didn't see anybody next to me. I mean, for all I know, this guy dropped in right after I dropped in. So I drop in, I carve up, I carve back. All of a sudden, the board goes between my legs. And what I think happened was he went between my legs and he jumped on the back of his board because that board went so fast. And he was a big dude, like a 250, 280 guy. That board went up so fast, my knee almost hit me in the nose.
Oh.
It ripped my entire hamstring.
Oh.
Just completely annihilated my hamstring. And I'm like, oh my God. And he gets up and he looks at me and he's like, don't drop in on people. And he jumps on, he paddles away, and I'm in shock because I'm in so much pain. So I take the board. I'm like popping up with the board. I get in my truck and I had a stick. Remember I had that stick on the stick shift on the ground? That Brad F-150. Yeah, stick shift on the floor. I was having to gas, brake, and clutch all three with my right foot for like 4 or 5 weeks. And I just never surfed again.
Oh.
I didn't make a deliberate decision like I'm not going to surf again, but I know for sure that stuff affects you.
Yeah, it does.
It's like when you
anytime someone gets aggro out in the water, it does affect me. I dream about beating the hell out of them,
right,
and I have to kind of forgive them.
for you.
Yeah, and for me, yeah. So I'm not the one that's carrying a ball and chain,
right?
And it may not mean anything to them. They can say something that's sour, but it's sure nice when people say nice things. I have more compliments in the water than I do, by far.
Well, you're such a rad surfer.
But
you must be such an inspiration to people around you that aren't little bitches that are upset because they think there's only one pie.
I was
they didn't
surfing
get enough
with
of it.
a bunch of. I was surfing the Capitol. It was small. A lot of young kids from here. I know. I got to know two of their names. One little boy dropped in on me, and we ended up getting all tangled up. And so I lost my hat on that, and everything was okay. I asked him what his name was, and no big deal. A little girl, also that was surfing there, found my hat, and here I am looking for it. She found my hat. Her name was Claire, and then so I said hi to her a couple times, called her by Claire, and just was friendly with all the kids. And the kids dropped in on me every other way,
Right.
And so what I do is either kick out or just surf like behind them. Right. It was like, all that is really, that's the kind of way you're having fun out there. Just kind of go with the flow, especially with children. You don't want to, they don't know what to expect. They're afraid of all. I mean, way bigger than they are. I was surfing with my baggies. And,
and you're standing.
Yeah, and I'm
with
standing
with a weapon in your
and
hand.
I'm catching more than my share of waves.
No.
Yeah, for the first time, finally, I got a few waves.
No way.
Yeah. I mean, gee, I don't want to just watch people surf. I'm going to surf. Capitola is a very endearing place because I do get a lot of waves. The point is way
the Capitola, people are friendly, people are rookies, and there's 2 or more breaks when it's good.
Yeah, and there is. I mean, when it gets bigger, there's guys out there that all know how to surf.
Right, of course.
Walk the nose, the whole banana.
Yeah, but
you respect them, and you know what? It goes a long ways. They give you your turn, and then you chase for little waves that no one else really catches.
Well, that's always
and that's how you score your extra waves.
That's always been your jam because you've always been quantity over quality. I mean, you're not willing to give up 7 pinner waves for that one juicy wave. You rather just take the 7 pinner waves all day long.
And that's pretty much the story of my life.
You know what? You know what's rad about riding that hoverboard or one wheel? It's like the best part. It's like the best part of surfing with no wetsuit, no water, no sand, no preparation, no cleanup, and nobody to fight for a wave. I mean, last night, Dad, because when I go late at night, because the lights on the board light the whole place up, so I'm fine.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I got
lights
on both sides, right? So I got the whole area around me lit up.
Oh.
And at night, there's nobody walking. Because why would they want to go walking?
Right.
At worst thing I face is every 1,000 feet, there's a couple walking, or a person running, or a person on a bike. So because the paths are wide at East Cliff and West Cliff, I am like full on 15-foot carves. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, it would be so hard for me to get 1 minute of this enjoyment if I was in the water for an hour.
You would get it. You just got to know how to do it.
It's not this. I mean, I agree. I mean, there's no doubt. There's something different about being in nature.
In the water.
But okay, let's take snowboard. Okay, I know you're sensitive.